Owen, Grady, and Claire make a daring comeback to save the last surviving dinosaurs of Jurassic Park on the brink of a volcanic catastrophe. Can they successfully rescue the dinosaurs and stop the menacing mercenaries plot to smuggle them to the United States? Watch until the end to find out. Following the disaster on Island Nublar, a group of scientists returns to the site with a mission to obtain a DNA sample of the T-Rex that had drowned into the water. Two men embark on a submarine expedition to search for the remains of the genetically modified dinosaur. They manage to identify a dinosaur skeleton and extract a bone fragment, which they send to the surface. However, as they attempt to exit the tank, the supposedly dormant Mosasaurus surprises everyone by devouring them. The technician overseeing the operation tries to communicate with the submerged man but faces another unexpected threat when T-Rex suddenly appears and gives chase. Seeing this gigantic creature, the helicopter team rushes to escape and extends a ladder to rescue their colleague. Just as the man finally grasps the ladder, the dinosaur seizes hold of it and starts pulling the helicopter downward. With no other option, one of the team members begins cutting the rope. The ladder eventually breaks free and they narrowly escape. As they believe they are safe while flying over the tank, the Mosasaurus re-emerges from the depths, snatching its prey in mid-flight. It's now free from its enclosure. The story then advances to 3 years later, in 2018. The island faces a crisis as a volcano threatens to erupt, putting the remaining dinosaurs at risk. People are divided between those who want to rescue the dinosaurs and those seeking to hold the park's owners responsible for the aftermath. Dr. Ian Malcolm argues that the dinosaurs should be allowed to die to correct the initial mistake of reviving them. Claire, the former park operations manager, now runs a dinosaur protection program. She and her team observe as the government decides not to provide any assistance to the dinosaurs. Claire receives an invitation to Benjamin Lockwood's house, the former partner of Jurassic Park's creator John Hammond. Benjamin's assistant Eli, the CEO of Lockwood Organization, informs her of their plan to save and relocate 11 dinosaur species to a new island. To achieve this, they need Claire to persuade Owen, the former Velociraptor trainer, to assist in locating and securing the raptor named Blue. Claire meets Owen at a bar and explains the situation, but initially Owen doesn't want to join them because he thinks they should let the dinosaurs die. However, after watching old videos of himself with baby Blue, Owen decides to offer his help. Owen and Claire, along with her team, Franklin and Zaya, journey to Island Nublar to assist the mercenaries sent by Benjamin. Led by Ken, they use implanted trackers to locate the dinosaurs and split up. Owen reunites with Blue, but their encounter takes a dangerous turn when Ken's team attempts to tranquilize her. This leads to a chaotic confrontation, resulting in Blue and Owen getting tranquilized. Zaya intervenes, taking a stand to save Blue by highlighting her medical expertise. Blue and Zaya are taken away, leaving Owen behind. As they evacuate the dinosaurs on helicopters, the volcano erupts. Meanwhile, Claire and Franklin, trapped underground as magma seeps in, face a surprise encounter with a baryonyx. They narrowly escape, locking the dinosaur inside. Owen regains consciousness but struggles to move. Just in time, he avoids being consumed by lava and reunites with Claire and Franklin. Urgently, he instructs them to run. Claire and Franklin take a gyrosphere to escape the erupting island, while Owen continues on foot due to space constraints in the gyrosphere. Unfortunately, the gyrosphere plunges off a cliff into the ocean. The leaking gyrosphere prompts Owen to save Claire and Franklin from drowning. They reach the shore and see the mercenary ship departing with the dinosaurs. They catch up using a van and watch the island succumb to ash and magma. The captured dinosaurs are taken to the Lockwood estate instead of a new island. Benjamin's granddaughter Maisie, who has deep love for animals, snoops on Eli's meeting with an auctioneer named Gunner. She discovers that Eli intends to sell the dinosaurs and has created a new hybrid called the Indoraptor, using DNA from the Indominus Rex and Velociraptor. When Maisie tries to inform Benjamin, he appears to think she misunderstood and sends her to bed. Meanwhile, as Zaya continues to treat Blue, Owen, Claire, and Franklin reunite with her. Blue requires a blood transfusion, leading Owen and Claire to secretly access the T-Rex's truck to obtain the needed blood while it's sedated. They succeed, but are inadvertently locked inside by the mercenaries, unintentionally awakening the T-Rex. Claire scales a ledge to unlock the truck, enabling Owen's narrow escape. Zaya successfully administers the blood transfusion to Blue, saving its life. However, in their escape attempt, Franklin is mistaken for a mercenary and taken captive. Claire and Owen make an effort to steal a truck after the ship docks, but they are caught by Ken, who locks them up in the basement of Lockwood's apartment. Meanwhile, Maisie explores the lab while Eli holds a meeting with Dr. Henry Wu, who played a role in creating the Indoraptor. They plan to use Blue as a maternal figure for raising the Indoraptor. Suddenly, Maisie finds the Indoraptor, which scares her. Eli finds her and takes her back to her room. Later, Benjamin confronts Eli regarding his true intention to auction off the dinosaurs, furious that Eli betrayed him by using his own mansion for the auction. Benjamin instructs Eli to contact the police, but instead, Eli kills Benjamin by smothering him with a pillow. Meanwhile, Owen's whistle prompts Stygimoloch, a dinosaur in the adjacent cell, to break through the wall. Owen then utilizes it to pry open the jail door, allowing his and Claire's escape. Along the way, they encounter Maisie, who recognizes them and asks for their help while grieving her grandfather's loss. At the auction, dinosaurs are rapidly sold for over $100 million. Even though the Indoraptor was not initially for sale, the guests express interest, and Eli considers selling it due to high bids. As the Indoraptor is presented, it is tranquilized with a soundwave gun. Owen, Claire, and Maisie enter the auction room and realize the danger of selling the Indoraptor. Owen disrupts the proceedings, causing chaos with the Stygimoloch's help. This forces Eli and Gunnar to stop the auction. Owen defeats several mercenaries in hand-to-hand combat and prevents the Indoraptor's cage from leaving the auction room by flipping a switch. Later, Ken arrives looking for his promised bonus from Eli. He enters the Indoraptor's cage with the intent of taking one of its teeth. To his surprise, the Indoraptor was feigning unconsciousness and swiftly attacks him and eats him alive. It then escapes from its cage and attacks Gunnar, who is attempting to escape. While the couple attempts to flee with Maisie, they are intercepted by Eli and his guards. Eli ruthlessly says that Maisie is not Benjamin's biological granddaughter. She is a genetic clone of his deceased daughter who died in a car accident. As this revelation unfolds, the Indoraptor suddenly emerges and kills the guards. Claire and Owen seize the opportunity to escape with Maisie. Meanwhile, Franklin arrives to rescue Zaya and finds her chained near Blue's cage. He releases her after tranquilizing Dr. Henry. As more armed men arrive, Zaya releases Blue, who attacks them. However, one of the men shoots a gas tank, triggering an explosion that forces them to flee. Zaya then informs Franklin about a hydrogen cyanide leak that poses a threat to the dinosaurs. The trio initially hides, but their plan doesn't last. The Indoraptor finds them among the debris. Claire tries to help Maisie escape, but gets her leg injured by the dinosaur's claw. When the Indoraptor realizes Maisie has escaped, it goes after her. Maisie takes refuge in a wooden elevator, goes to her room and hides under a blanket. Meanwhile, Owen tends to Claire's injury. She asks him to go after the girl, assuring him she will be fine. They then share a passionate kiss. A few minutes later, the monster climbs onto the roof and approaches Maisie's room. It slowly opens the balcony door and moves toward her bed. Just as it's about to attack, Owen arrives and starts shooting at the monster. However, he quickly runs out of bullets and is defenseless. Luckily, Blue comes to the rescue, attacking the Indoraptor while Owen gets Maisie out of her room. They hurry across the rooftop, passing above a dinosaur skeleton exhibit. The Indoraptor chases them, almost pushing them over the edge until Claire arrives with a soundwave gun. The Indoraptor's weight shatters the glass below, but it manages to pull itself up. Blue joins the confrontation and a struggle ensues, ultimately leading to the Indoraptor being killed by the Triceratops' horns. Later, Franklin and Zaya arrive and report their inability to contain the hydrogen cyanide gas. The deadly gas has reached the dinosaur's enclosure, and within minutes, it will cause their death. Claire hesitates to release the dinosaurs, so Maisie takes charge and sets them free because she can relate to them. The dinosaurs are now outside the mansion, and Eli and his men try to escape with a bone sample. One of the men is grabbed and dropped by a pterodactyl, and the other is trampled by a triceratops. Eli is left alone, and he gets devoured by both the Carnotaurus and the T-Rex. The bone sample is also destroyed. Owen has to say goodbye to Blue as the dinosaurs leave. Later, Dr. Ian speaks at a Senate session, emphasizing that humans must learn to coexist with the dinosaurs. Claire, Owen, and Maisie leave the estate, and now dinosaurs are seen all over the world, interacting with people and other animals. The movie ends with Ian's ominous words, "Welcome to the Jurassic World." This concludes today's movie recap. Thank you for watching. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and feel free to suggest the next movie you would like us to recap in the comments. See you next time.